pretty damn high on the list of good excuses for not wanting to analyze our relationship right now. Could you hand me another one of those loaded pipes so I can take care of this tall freak with the axe that's coming up the steps? Now.
What the hell was that?
Just another freaky fuck making a run for the house.
We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya.
I like hemoglobin in my mouth, yo. Frontal lobe until I spit it out, yo. We be gloating, humans taste like trout, and some after dinner smoke. So what I'm all about. So take your eyes out with tedious care. My mischievous stare and devious glare will take your greasiest pair of knees, tits, and hair, and you know I'll eat them raw. Fuck medium rare. Blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey. Join outside, you can drink some with me. Yeah. We want guts to spill, you know the deal. Cause we feel so alive when we kill, kill, kill. I said, blood is as sweet as moonshine whiskey.
What are they doing?
Oh, they're dancing.
Guts to spill, you know the deal. Cause we feel so alive when we kill, kill, kill. We're coming to kill.
We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. We're coming to kill ya. Coming to kill ya.
Welcome to Flyby Films once or twice a month using the magic of distance-defying tubes or some stupid shit like that. We get together to discuss films that either have been or will be forgotten. I'm Blake Collier, and sitting next to me in this tiny, tiny little box known as Riverside FM, for all of you that do not know, is my friend and co-host from Chico, California, Jameson Barsotti. On this episode, we are going to be talking about Longlegs to round out our great Halloween series on Oz Perkins. And we have a special guest to talk about this wondrous film. This is a man, a myth, a legend that I have known for years, but never seen, never heard, only texted. The one and only Demetrius Sanders. Now, he is a listener to the show, and it took him a while to realize that we're full of shit. And when he finally realized that, he was like, I finally get it. Y'all are in love with each other, and y'all just talk about whatever you want to talk about. And occasionally, if you want to talk about a movie, you will. But that's beside the point. And he gave us the greatest compliment that I think we've gotten so far, is that it's great background noise while he's at work. And
I have a question for Demetrius right off the bat.
I knew this was going to be the start of the whole cast.
So if it took you a while to realize that we were full of shit, during that period where you didn't realize that, what did you think we were full of?
You know what? That's not an easy answer. Blake and I, all right, I'm going to contextualize everything.
Yeah.
Blake and I met online through a mutual friend, David Armstrong, who, does he listen to this cast?
No.
All right.
Oh, no. He doesn't listen to this.
Well, fuck Daryl. We met online the way that most old people meet online, through Facebook. We've been talking for a few years, and I started listening to the podcast because I'd listened to, your other podcasts.
Mm-hmm.
Or at least try to.
Yeah.
So I should have known what I was getting into. I should have known.
The quality carries through.
There was like a degree of professionalism when we were, when you were talking about, God.
Matt Ruff, 88 Names.
The Matt Ruff podcast.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I had to be
it
on my
gave
best
me a
behavior for
false
that.
sense of like, oh, this guy knows what he's doing. He knows what he's talking about. So I was lulled in. I guess kind of like that little serial killer lore. Since we're talking about Longlegs,
Yeah.
it's like I'm pretty professional. Come on in, listen to this podcast, and I'm like, okay, oh, this podcast is about films. I love films. I'd like to listen to a podcast about films. That would be really cool. And then,
And then you
there's
got
a
this.
particular, like, I usually listen to podcasts when I'm working. I work overnight, so
Mhm.
my hands are busy. I'm just listening. You get into that flow state,
Mm-hmm.
and then two guys start talking about ass rashes.
That's
And
a
I'm
classic.
like, oh, okay, how long is this gonna last? And then it became,
Last
how much
45
shit?
minutes.
How much shit do you think has flowed through Oklahoma over X amount of times? And this is the podcast. This is the episode when I'm like, okay, I want to, because like I had to like my mind made its way back to my body, and I'm listening to it now. And I'm like, what the fuck is happening? What is this episode even about? I still don't even know what the episode was about. That's the kind of podcast this is.
Sad,
And I'm
sad
like,
part
oh,
is I'm not sure we could even remember what movie we were talking
exactly.
about.
And you made it.
I don't remember, yeah. I remember that conversation. I don't remember the movie.
It
So
must have been a good one.
so I'm just like, oh, and there's like, okay, my son may have like some type of like anal parasites, and I'm like, and this is like 3:00 in the morning that I'm listening to this. So I just came back from lunch. So I'm just like, that's why I wanted to throw my phone, because I'm like, why is this happening? All I wanted to do was listen to a podcast about movies.
About movies.
I was violated. So yeah, this is not about movies. This is like the Seinfeld of movie podcasts. It's not really about what it's about.
I'm
Something
writing this
else.
down.
Maybe nothing. Maybe everything.
This is a quote.
Yeah.
This is a quote. We're gonna
Yeah,
put
you
this on the podcast.
You can quote me on that. It's not about anything, but maybe it's about everything.
I like that you said we were full of shit, and then
it
you
literally went into an episode about shit. Yeah.
Yeah, you gave evidence for not just the figurative shit, but that we are literally full of shit.
Absolutely.
So,
exactly.
And apparently your entire state. So
Yes.
yeah.
Well, I don't know if you have been to Oklahoma, but that should have been no surprise.
No, I think every state is full of shit, and we should pay more attention to our sewage system in every state.
That's fair. That is fair. That is a great PSA,
Something
and I
that
appreciate
people
you bringing it
literally
up.
never talk about is that.
Well,
So, I mean,
actually, technically
you
speaking,
found it on a movie podcast. So there we go.
Don DeLillo wrote a book called
Yes.
Underworld, all about waste management.
I've
So
only-
he was on that steez a while back.
I know Warren Ellis like starts a book. I think his first novel, maybe it's the second one, but he talks about something like that. I remember taking a trip as a kid to the wastewater treatment plant, and I'm like, oh man, this
I
is
did that
really
too.
important stuff, and nobody even cares about it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel like the way you've described our podcast is also an equally good descriptor of postmodern novels. Like, they give you the quip on the back. This is what the book is about, but it's never actually about that.
Yeah. But also, in the context of this episode, that's what Longlegs does too, isn't it?
Exactly.
Like,
exactly.
He's like, hey, you guys have seen Silence of the Lambs. You've seen Seven. You know what a procedural looks like.
Yeah.
But that's not really what I'm doing here. I'm just going to do something completely different and just fuck up your mind. And it's like, yeah, that's what I came for. A lot of people were confused.
And remind us of Phantasm.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
that's gonna come up later.
yeah, exactly.
There is a
Yeah,
Coscarelli connection.
Yes.
Yeah. Is
Dude.
it deeper than the orb? Or are we just
Probably
Yes
not.
and no,
I mean,
but like
yeah.
just the entire franchise of Phantasm isn't really like when you think Phantasm, you think, oh, a ghost, a haunting.
Yeah.
And then it's
Yeah.
not that.
No.
It's an alien invasion. It's a mortuary. It's shape shifting. It's
It's memory
shit
loss by the end of it.
collapsing.
Yeah.
It's pressurized dimensional travel. It's
And then-
it's so many things. And then
the
you're
final
just like,
film is
why?
like just
why is this? And then it's like he did John
Yeah.
Dies at the end later, and it's like, of course, nobody else could have done justice to this except for Coscarelli.
yeah, because he's the only one who has the kind of vision for that kind of movie.
They'll never give him money for anything.
Oh no! And I honestly think he would be ruined if he had money.
There have been a few directors like that where it's like, I want to say Carpenter. Carpenter can't do studio films.
No.
If you give Carpenter like $20, a Polaroid camera, and a stick of gum,
he'll
make you a masterpiece. If you give John Carpenter $200 million, it will look like it was filmed in a garage.
Yeah, what was his last movie? I can't even remember the
Ward.
title. Yeah, it was
The
so
Ward.
generic.
Yeah.
It was so oh man. Yeah.
And he's like one of my favorite directors. Like I just rewatched Assault on Precinct 13
because it's a classic
on Tubi, and I'm like, God, this is so good.
Especially since he killed the girl at the
Western
beginning.
in an isolated precinct.
Yeah.
And he's essentially fighting zombie gang members.
Yep.
But it's so compelling, and
yeah,
it's so weird that like if you give him money, he'll give you like his most expensive movie was Memoirs of the Invisible Man.
And it was
oh
trash.
my God, does anybody talk about that movie? No,
Nope.
right?
I
you'll
have
talk
not
about
even
Prince
seen
of
it,
Darkness,
yeah.
which was filmed in an abandoned church where, spoilers, a lady gets pushed through a mirror and Donald Pleasance, killer of Michael Myers, kind of, and just like throws an axe at it. And, but that ending where the guy reaches out to touch the mirror and it just cuts to black.
Yeah.
The Brotherhood of Sleep concept, the mass dreaming, and the fact that it's in VHS and it changes each time because they're altering the future. Like, what are these ideas? And there was like a $2 million budget?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
it's nuts.
You never give John Carpenter money.
Nope.
Give him what you have in your pocket.
Yep, and he'll figure it out.
I think that's true about a lot of like recent directors too. There have been a lot of people that I've been excited about, and then they get on the Marvel train, or Disney picks them up and just gives them a lot of money, and then you can't tell that they were even involved. It's just a boardroom movie.
The seduction of the innocent a lot. I want to talk about the seduction of capitalism.
Oh, there we
you
go.
get sucked into like the big studio system. They promise you the entire world. It's just like musicians who get signed to a big label, and then they're like, now we own you. Now we own what you make and how you make it. And to all your fans, you're a sellout because you're just making a thing with like this big budget, but it's not anything at all. It's nothing of substance. They're feeding you fast food in the form of media. And that's troubling to me.
Yeah.
That's the only way you can quote unquote succeed is by like you're a success by signing on to something that stifles everything that got you there.
Yeah. I would for once like to see someone get a budget of like $200 million and only use like 10 million of it.
Yeah, it's
To make
it's
the
kind of a
film.
mob payoff.
Yeah, exactly.
They're paying you not to make anything good.
That's fair.
Yeah, you have, like, as an artist, creativity is, I don't know, it's something that can bring a lot of people together. It can alter states of mind, what we're going to talk about here. Um, but it can be used for like the worst possible things too, because the human brain isn't a computer; it's a fable maker, and
Mm.
we're constantly looking for more stories, more fables, and capitalism sells you that success is not some spiritual enjoyment of things. It's entertainment. It's like I said, fast food. You're not really fulfilled, but you are full of
Yes.
something.
Yeah.
Not shit like the podcast. But
Demetrius, you're speaking my language. Like I don't know. I've talked about this on the podcast, but I work in AI and data science, and um, yeah, I could get on this kick about how what we're like building isn't at all anything close to the human mind, and I think what you're talking about with like fable makers is really cool, because like fables don't have, you know, necessarily precedent in the way that like everything that comes from AI is precedent of what came before it and a mixture of all of these things.
yeah,
You know, fables are these creative outputs, and it's even weird to like call them like outputs, but like, you know, you create stories to talk about the new things that you've experienced and whatnot. So I
Wait,
don't know.
no, there are no such thing
well,
as
you're
new things.
like, as a story, like, there's a book. It's called The Storytelling Animal, and it's about how culture is generated through the myth making that we do.
Mm-hmm.
And if we're only relying on what has happened, we can never know, we can never move into what will happen, which is why the more corporatized things get,
Mhm.
the more we fall back on to previous decades. Like, I guess Gen A is now obsessed with the 90s. Gen Z was obsessed with the 80s. So we're just going to cycle back through it again. This is what Mark Fisher used to talk
Yeah, I was
about
about to
all the
say Mark
time.
Fisher has entered the
It's like,
conversation.
oh, I was remembering, like, in the 90s, we were wearing, like, girls would be wearing, like, bell bottoms, or we had, like, wide brim collars on shirts again. And it's strange that we're stuck in, like, this cycle of media, and the longer the media exists, the less the less new stuff it'll generate. It'll just keep, like, again, it's generating, it's not creating. It's just
Yeah.
going back to what the information that it has, under its belt. Like, it's not what we do. Like, we synthesize information. We're processing it. We're turning it into a new thing. We're metabolizing it. Like,
We're filtering it
when we
through our
eat
own
food, it
perceptions.
doesn't, like, appear on our body. There's not a piece of steak, like, stuck to my arm. It turns into my skin. It
Yeah.
heals my wounds. It, like, feeds my blood.
Yeah.
It's
There's
not,
some there's
yeah,
something
but
magic
like,
about that
what
almost.
AI does is, like, all of a sudden you'll just have, like, a piece of hamburger just, like, stuck to your chin one day, and
There's
maybe like your arm will take the form of, like, a cola that you
yeah.
drunk like 3 days ago.
There's a really interesting study. Actually, there's been a couple studies at this point, but there was a paper that was published about how AI, that we actually really need to think about, like, AI cannibalizing the internet.
Yeah,
And
the
then, like,
entire internet. Yeah.
well, and then like becoming everything there is, because if we don't have these new ideas, it actually starts getting worse and worse. It's like taking a tape and making a recording,
Yeah.
and then copying that recording on another tape, and so on and so on. It just starts kind of devolving. And actually, like, this is a principle that the place that I work, we like use the data that we generate through our business, and we only use human generated data. Like, so we only ever leave it at that kind of first level where,
Okay.
like, okay, we can do things with this. We create a tool that can, like, do things with this, but, like, once you start kind of feeding it its own bullshit,
Yeah.
you just start getting more and more bullshit. And I think just even that shows you that there's something just soulless about it. Like, it's missing the gaps.
Well, I've been like for the last week or so. I don't know if you guys, Blake, I know you're off Facebook, but like I use the Messenger app, and Messenger has incorporated the Meta AI.
Oh God.
So I've been having it just like picking books at random, but also like as a control books that I've read, and will ask it to describe it to me. I had it like go through a lot of the like parapsychology research that I've been doing. You know me.
Mm-hmm.
So I came across, I asked it about Ubik by Philip K. Dick, and asked it to describe it to me, which, you know, it was pretty accurate. Then I asked it about like the characters, and I asked it about like the different factions in the book. And that's when it started to screw up.
Oh.
I'm like, okay, the main characters work for a company called Runsiter and Associates, and they are essentially anti-size. It's in classic Philip K. Dick fashion. They cancel out psychics learning about information that you have. So whether or not the psychics have abilities and whether or not the anti-size have abilities is never in question. You just pay for the service. And that way, you know that no one will ever invade your mind because they're out there. Our company will protect you from them. It feels like what they were trying to pull in Ghostbusters, where it's just like, you guys are frauds. If you weren't following them, if you were just following Peck, all of a sudden these guys show up. They're charging for a service to rid people of ghosts. And they're a legitimate business, but they also have some type of scientific equipment that uses like a particle accelerator, and they're just running around the city. Yeah, you would get the EPA involved. Heck, is the bad guy. I'm surprised. All of them should have hairlines like Bill Murray in that movie.
Yeah, it turns out that the moral of the story of Ghostbusters is that Pencil Neck was actually the hero.
Yeah. Yep. Well, he was until he fucked up.
Yeah, that's true. That is
because true. Like, you're following the Ghostbusters the entire time. You're following the R&D of Egon and Ray. This is one of my favorite movies, by the way. You know that. You're following them. They're making the stuff. They're taking out loans. They're doing the research. I think this was like the basis of my interest in parapsychology. This and Scanners.
Scanners.
If the first 5 minutes of a movie involves like a test where two guys are just vibrating until one of them has an exploding head, and then the like guys in suits take him out of the place. They load him into a van and they try to drug him, but instead he makes them drug themselves. That's like the first 10 minutes of the movie. And then they kill each other. And I'm like, what is this? I was like 5 years old when I saw that movie. So it stuck with me.
Hell yeah,
Demetrius,
dude.
the first time I met Blake in person,
Mhm.
we watched Scanners 2. So,
Oh no.
yeah.
I'm so sorry.
Yeah, it was
And
not
that's where
good.
the love affair began.
That's when the love affair began. And I'm actually
I
really
can see
glad
how you guys have stayed together long enough to talk about poop.
Yeah.
There is nothing that can come between you two.
I'm glad you brought up Scanners. And I don't want to go to the movie that we're going to talk about yet, but we're
not. That's what I was worried about. That we'll never talk about Longlegs.
No, we'll get there. We'll get there. We've got I don't know, 6 minutes to get there, or
it's been
something
an hour.
like that. Yeah. Yeah.
I just cut out part of it.
I get heavy Scanners vibes from Longlegs, and it's not like it's not that the stories are similar. It's more just the awkwardness of David Cronenberg from the 80s. Well, I mean, just in general, but like specifically like his stilted characters.
Yeah.
Just that seems to be all over Longlegs. Yeah. Except for the obvious case of Nicolas Cage's character.
Turns out
that's not really
a
stilted performance.
Turns out that Cronenberg was actually just ahead of the game, and he just made sure all of his characters were on
his
the
media
spectrum.
teacher was Marshall McLuhan. He's been ahead of it the entire time.
Yeah, but it turns out he was just writing characters that were all on the spectrum. I mean, that's fine.
Is that true? Is that true? His media teacher was Marshall McLuhan?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's hilarious. I didn't even know that.
That makes so much sense.
It makes
yeah, that's where Videodrome came from.
Yeah, I was about to say Videodrome seems like that's hilarious. Good old
that was
McLuhan.
Part of my parapsychology stuff came into this with I started looking at psychic driving because I was thinking about like the satanic panic and how it relates to Longlegs. I was watching a video about it. But I was thinking about psychic driving and how they developed it in the 60s with LSD. And I was going through Meta AI and they were talking about it. That actually started in like one of the pioneers of that research was in Montreal, Canada, because the CIA was working with them too, as well as like the remote viewing stuff with Stanford. His name was Dr. Ewan Cameron, which is where Cronenberg got the name Cameron from for the character.
Okay.
And it also, there's a drug in that movie too, and that had to do with like a number of infants who had taken like this prenatal mothers who were taking like an experimental drug, and the children developed various like mental disorders. So like that's the basis of Scanners.
Dang.
Like if you wiki it, that's what it comes up.
So the moral of this story is when we have Demetrius back on, then it needs to be Ghostbusters Frozen Empire. And
I love Scanners that movie. Too. I loved it so much I wanted to kill myself. I wanted to walk into traffic after that movie. I was like, this movie has no reason to exist.
I started watching it. I got about 20 minutes into it and I was like, yeah, I can't do this.
I'm gonna see, I'm a night person, so I'm gonna see Saturday Night later on, and I hope that Jason Reitman like redeems himself. Because I think he did that movie so he could do this movie. That movie is really, really bad. Like, I feel like that's anything. I have no other notes other than ew. Like my paper says ew.
But I feel like that's the story of like media in capitalism though, is you have to make shit in order to make what you want.
Yeah, it's like if you just bend over this table for about 10 minutes, I'll give you the money for your children's
passion project.
operation.
Yeah, exactly.
And it's like, okay, all right.
Okay.
Or hey, do you need insurance? Do you like healthcare? Well, unzip. That's capitalism in a nutshell.
Speaking of unzipping, I feel like we need to talk about Longlegs.
Do we?
Yeah, we do.
All right. That I guess that's okay. Wait, if I'm listening, if I'm here, who's listening?
That's a good question.
That's actually a good shout out. That is a good shout out to our other listener Thad, who ran his first half marathon today.
Yep.
Oh wow. Okay.
So
yeah, he is also on the episode on the box.
Okay.
Yeah. So if you go back and listen to that, you'll know that he is an avid listener to all of my stuff as well. Although he's all about the shitty quality of it, so it's just kind of he loves that shit. So
it's like a person who watches bad movies.
Exactly.
I'm gonna listen to really awful podcasts.
Exactly. He and I used to bond over.
Congratulations. Did he go to Catholic school too?
No, Lutheran. I probably.
Oh, that's all right.
Basically,
actually, that's about as anti-Catholic as you can get. But
yeah, I went to Catholic school.
Blake, did you go to fucked up school too?
No, I went to public school.
Oh, okay. Because I was homeschooled. Demetrius, you went to Catholic school. Thad went to Lutheran school, maybe.
Or something. Who knows?
Yeah. So Blake, you're the only normal one. So.
Yeah. No. Well, I mean, it shows.
Yeah, it's like that's why you're in the middle. You're the baseline.
Yeah, that's fair. That is fair. So Demetrius,
yes.
To get into Longlegs, first off, what is your experience with other Osgood Perkins?
All right.
Do you like him as a person?
My experience with Osgood Perkins is first as an actor.
That's
before he was ever directing anything.
Same here.
He played a younger version of his dad in Psycho 2. Like
this is
he's
true.
like, it's like this
we
kid
just
looks
watched
an awful lot like Anthony Perkins.
Yeah.
My first intro to him was a musical zombie film called Dead and Breakfast.
Dead and Breakfast,
which is it's a great film.
My first experience of him directing, Daryl and I went to see Gretel and Hansel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And it does have like a music video quality to it, especially, going downstairs, the woman downstairs in this instance, and all her treats, which are both delicious and realistically disgusting.
Yeah.
And I was like a Sophia Lillis fan because I'd seen her in a bunch of things. I'm like, this is a really good child actor. But yeah, that was the first thing I'd seen, and the first thing that struck me was the atmosphere and the soundscape. As they're like wandering through the forest. I don't know. It's just like something unnerving about everything in his cinematography. I didn't see The Black Coat's Daughter for a while, and I didn't see I Am the Pretty Thing That Lives in the House until maybe like a month or two ago.
Okay.
I still haven't finished that movie, even though it's the shortest.
That's a pretty typical response.
It's hard to like watch it and pay attention. Like you're either watching it and zoning out, or you're not watching it and it's just like playing in the background. But it's hard to like be focused in on it as it's playing.
It's
That,
best to
Was
watch.
that your experience too?
Yeah, that
Yep.
one is definitely the, I guess, slowest, most slow burn. Also, the one with maybe the least visceral payoff. There's
Yeah.
not
Don't ruin it for me because one day I'll
Okay.
finish it.
Okay. Well, yeah, I won't say it doesn't
I
have a
think I have
payoff.
like 30 minutes left. I
Yeah.
can do it.
Good luck. Good
I
luck.
can do it that day, and I'm always busy, so you know.
Yeah. But
The first 2 times I tried to watch it, I fell asleep both times. So
yeah.
Yeah, I
There you go.
remember you saying something like that in the in that episode,
yeah. Yep.
and I think you were drunk too.
Yeah. Well, the first time I think the first time I might have been drunk. I don't remember. That was like
You
10
don't remember if
some
you
odd
were
years
drunk
ago.
or not.
No, I don't.
So that means you were.
That was fairly common
Yeah,
back in those days.
that definitely means you were. I have no recollection. It's like I blacked out.
I mean, yeah. But that's also sleep for me too.
Mm. Yeah, sometimes I'll just like wake up and I'm still dressed and I'm holding my phone because I was planning to put it on the charger, but I didn't. And I'm like reaching out for it, like the last scene in Prince of Darkness, but I
Oh,
never
yeah.
quite get there.
Never make it. So, but Longlegs is the one that made you on board with this guy.
Yeah, yeah. Like
You're
I've
like,
been on
okay.
board with him, but this is like the most accessible of his work, I think.
Yeah.
But I really like. I think Blackcoat's Daughter is actually like my favorite. Like Longlegs is really good, but it's also it's like Blackcoat's Daughter is like Kid A, but Longlegs is like in Rainbows, where it's like playing in a Starbucks, and other people are like, "I like this." And you're like, "Do you know who Radiohead is at all?" That's what Longlegs is. Like, I would go see it. I've seen that movie maybe like 6 times in theater.
Dang.
Sometimes I was like in an empty theater. Sometimes I was in like a full audience, and like the reactions from like younger teens and things were like, "Oh shit, man, he's gonna and I'm just looking over at this kid like, you're really into this. And most like younger kids just don't get into horror, like that type of horror, like that type of slow horror, or those type of procedurals. It's not for them. If it's not like packaged up in like a 2-minute bite, they've already lost interest. But they really got into this, and it's also,
I think that's Nick Cage.
It's a crowd pleaser, but it's also really interesting. Like, he uses very subtle direction to lead people down this rabbit hole and then trap them in this situation where it's like, now I have to like use my brain. I have to be present.
Yeah.
And that's what the best art does, I think. I hope.
Yeah.
The best art does. It's like, I can, like, early Spielberg was that. Like, I had my friend watch Jaws, and he's doing, like, amazing filmmaking in Jaws. But it's also, like, this really mainstream blockbuster where if you're not looking at the politics of the town, you're watching the shark attacks and the camaraderie between the three on the boat, or the family dynamics. There's something in there for everybody. It's before they named it the 4-quadrant movie, because it's like a horror movie, but it's also a family film. It has like this swashbuckling theme that happens when Quint takes them out on the water, and you're just like,
but it's also a buddy film.
Killed earlier. What are you doing? Like, one of the first major victims is like a child on a raft. And that scene haunts me. That scene still haunts me when everyone's out of the water and the lady's the only one's there at the beach, and she's looking for her son, and she's calling for him, and then the busted raft washes up in the foam with blood, dude. But then later on, it's just like,
Doop doop.
like yeah,
doop,
exactly. They're like making jokes, and it's like, you know how to tie a knot. That's the 4-quadrant movie.
This is coming from the guy who named Assault on Precinct 13 with the infamous opening.
Oh yeah, you kill a child, you kill him. If you want people to be invested, you kill the child.
Yep, always kill the child or the dog.
No
One or the
matter
other.
what. The Omen, which is another influence of Longlegs, starts with a child dying.
Yep.
And you're
Yep.
like, and he just like
Man.
goes into the other room, like, you got another kid, just give him to me. I don't care if he's Satan's son. I can't tell my wife that our child died. Just give me Satan's son instead.
I mean, you gotta
It's
do
like,
what you gotta
yeah,
do.
if it'll keep you out of trouble with your wife, like, I don't know. You guys are married. Is like telling your wife worse than raising Satan's son?
Well,
No,
if I actually knew it
It's
was
like
Satan's
getting a
son,
child on
I
the
don't
black
think so.
market, like worth the apocalypse.
I definitely think that was
I can't tell it.
that was a different type of dad where those boomer dads were so detached from
They just went to work
raising
and
their
came
kids.
home.
Yeah, they were like, I don't care what kid it is. It's my wife's deal.
It's a kid.
It's a kid.
A kid, my wife will raise him. It's
Yeah.
it's the cuckoo method.
Oh man.
Yeah,
Yeah.
marriage isn't a partnership at all. Marriage is an accent to a man's life.
But it's
That's-
also an
yeah.
access.
I'm never getting married. Thank you guys. I appreciate that. Like, we can just log off right now. I learned my lesson.
So at what point in the movie were you like, oh shit, okay, I'm on board, fully on board?
Honestly, like, I want to say frame one, when it starts with the 8mm camera.
Yeah.
You're heading to this house, and I was thinking about a Charles Bronson movie from the 80s. It's The Angel of Death or something like that, where just, oh yeah, they kill kids. They slaughter an entire family with shotguns.
Damn.
And I thought it was going to be a situation like that, where you go to the house.
Oh, Death Wish.
No, it's not
right?
Death Wish. It's
Not Death Wish?
Yeah, because like Charles Bronson doesn't even play like a guy who uses a gun. He plays a reporter who like
Oh.
he goes to like a religious community because within this community this murder has happened. Someone shows up to a house as like the entire family is sitting down for dinner, and they slaughter them with shotguns. Like,
oh damn. Okay.
like mafia execution style. Like every single man, woman, and child. And it's like one of those situations where everyone in the family, even the extended family, is there. It's like that long table type of dinner.
Do you get to see the
Everyone dies.
viscera fly?
I don't remember much from that movie. It was one of those things from one of those movies that you'd see on like the afternoon movie on a Saturday or something like that. But he came on all the time.
Yeah.
And I've never seen that movie unedited. Maybe it's really gross.
I just
Maybe
want to
like
see
that opening scene is really gross. But
I want to see a director just go full tilt and just
Yeah.
make a kid explode in the first scene of the movie.
my favorite scene is of a child dying. It's Halloween 3. Tommy Wallace directs
Yes.
Halloween 3. That music, the Silver Shamrock music comes on. It's flashing on the screen. And this kid's head starts melting because he's got the mask on. His parents are just laughing because they think he's just freaking out and sitting too close to the TV. And then he just starts turning into bugs. Watch it if you haven't seen it.
Oh,
It's
so
great.
good.
It's the greatest child death ever. I need to
There
stop.
were-
Cold. That is
I need to
cold.
stop bringing this up. All right.
No, I
Probably
feel
when
like
I was, to answer your question, when I was locked in, it was the psychic test after
yeah.
Ah, yeah.
after the semi Silence of the Lambs opening, where it begins when Silence of the Lambs ends, where she goes, and it's that house, and the way to Giddy agent is like, whatever you say, I'll go and check if it makes you feel better.
And then he gets his head
I think
shot.
probably that gunshot is when I was locked in, because it's so jarring. Where it's
Yeah.
like, this is how you. I love movies that tell you how to watch them,
Yeah.
and that movie Longlegs starts where Silence of the Lambs ends, by doing exactly that, where it's like, you've seen this before, but not like this.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's when I was locked in. So it's probably that.
Well, and at that point, like you mentioned the psychic test, and at that point, I realized, okay, he's
not real.
officially doing. Yeah, this is a whole nother level. Like this, he's not doing the typical procedural. Because you walk into this movie and you're like, okay, I'm getting ready for a serial killer film, but this is not your Silence of the Lambs. This is not your Zodiac. This is not like. That's not that type of movie. And that is the first scene where you're like, oh, okay. So he's doing something different here. Like,
Yeah.
that's not the point of this movie.
Yeah, like he's using the tools of cinema to, like I said, lull you in to the sense of familiarity. What's the serial killer's name who pretend like he was injured, which they used for
Ted
Buffalo
Bundy.
Bill? Who was it?
Ted Bundy?
Yeah, Bundy would like put on a cast or something and like drop his groceries, and someone would come over to his car and then he just like snatched them up. That's what Perkins is doing in an artistic sense with this movie.
Yeah.
He's like, you've seen these movies. This is what's going to get you into the house.
Yeah.
And then I'm going to have my way with you.
I'm going to shoot you in the head.
Yeah. And like even that scene as it's this entire movie feels more like a play than it's a play about serial killer movies than it is a movie in itself. It's a heightened world. When she takes cover in front of the window.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, it's that kind of movie. She's the hero. He's not going to shoot her because she's the hero. Even within, like, there's a narrative within the world of the movie where she can't be hurt because she's the hero of the story. She takes cover behind the window and then goes into the house, and he's not hiding around any corner. There is, like, every scene is deflated by the suspect giving up in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm done already. I've already done what I needed to do. This was just this particular chapter of the movie. So I've already played my part in this play.
I've only seen this movie twice. He
kills the partner, and then he goes upstairs and gives himself up. Why did he do that? He could have just given himself up at the door.
Yeah, I've seen this movie twice. The first time was in the theater.
You're a cherry.
And the second time was just like a week ago. And I was sitting in my living room watching it. I had actually one of my kids that night, not both. And I was taking care of one kid, and they were asleep. And I was like, okay, I'm gonna watch this. You know, I was already looking forward to watching it, but I was like, okay, I got to watch it so I can be somewhat prepared and remind myself of what this movie is about. And I kid you not, the first time I watched this movie, I never noticed the demonic goats in the background.
Yeah.
Never
I started
noticed
noticing
at any
more
point.
of them later on, but I saw it like a couple of times.
Yeah.
in theater, and then like later viewings, I'm like, oh, it's there too. It's there again.
Yeah.
Oh, it's there. It happens so often.
I didn't notice until Blake was texting me about the demonic goats.
Yeah, like in all caps. Because I was like,
Yeah.
what the fuck is going on?
I had a similar experience when I watched Halloween in 4K. The 4K restoration, I bought it. Original 78 Halloween. There's a scene early on when the shape first arrives in Haddonfield, and Laurie's in school and she looks out the window. And I've seen this movie countless times. I've seen this movie so many times since I was like 5 or 6 years old. I had a teenage sister. That's why I watched so many horror movies. Like Blake knows this, but my sister and I are 11 years apart. So when I was like 5 or 6, my sister was like 16, 17.
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's like right there in the dead center of the 80s when like slashers were a big thing, and that's all the teenagers, they were marketing them specifically for teenagers, which my sister was, and she was always babysitting. So anything she rented, I was either in the room or not supposed to be in the room, but still was.
Yep.
Just watching.
I'd always like, if there was like a group of teens in a room, I'd always duck under a chair or something, and I would lay out on the floor underneath the chair, and I'd watch the movie too. As long as I didn't say anything, nobody noticed because they were talking. But anyway, that
exactly
scene
how
when Laurie looks
Nightmare on Elm Street.
outside, I always see Laurie looks outside and she sees the Smiths Grove station wagon across the street. I never noticed that Michael Myers is standing on the street looking into the mirror, looking into the window. Yeah, he's just like standing there on the opposite side of the car, and all you see is his mask because he's just like blending in with the background. And that's a thing that I talked to you, Blake, about with the difference between Michael Myers in the sequels and the shape in Halloween, that he's a non-entity. People will walk past a doorway, it's empty, walk past the doorway again, walk back, and he's standing there, walk away again, walk back, he's gone. And you don't know where he is, and you don't know when he's going to attack. He's just always present. And that's the goat shadow.
Exactly. Yeah. That's beautifully put, actually. I hadn't even tied those two together. I was going to tie
it back together. I'm not just going to go on a full ramble. It's not like I'm hosting a podcast.
I don't know if you know what podcast you're on, but
yeah, you're allowed to do whatever the hell you want. Yeah.
Yeah. It was so weird because it was the scene where she's placing the pictures underneath the numbered notepad, or like the notes in the FBI office or whatever that room is. She's putting those down and she's like looking at what she's put down. And I kid you not, like I was watching the film and I saw something move in the background and I had to rewind it because I didn't catch it the first time, and I rewound it. I was like, what is that? Holy shit, it's a goat.
You at least got to watch it at home. Like, I'm watching it in the theater, and I'm trying to take in all the visual information.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what is
and then
this?
You start
like, the way that the camera is always framed, you're supposed to be wary of the background, but nothing ever jumps out.
No.
That's the Carpenter connection that I'm always making, that, like, Carpenter sets these things up, but it's a slasher, so, like, you're going to be attacked. But this is a crime thriller, so you're not attacked by the shadow, but it is present.
Yeah.
It's a looming doom.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think the scene where she sees I assume Longlegs in her house.
Yeah.
When she's outside of the house.
Yeah.
Is actually terrifying.
Yeah.
Like that scene was like, I don't think this movie is scary, but that scene scared the crap out of me.
I get I get mad every time I watch that scene because
It's
I'm
upsetting.
like, bitch, close the door behind you. Like, I get
The opening scene?
angry.
The
No,
opening
no,
scene?
no.
No,
the scene where,
when she goes out
Oh, when she goes out in the Dark Knight.
yeah.
into the
Okay.
Dark Knight. Yeah,
Yeah.
that scene that Longlegs, or that Blake, Long Arms, his
Yeah.
name, that Blake is talking about, I'm like, why don't you just take a second to close the door? Just take a second to close the door. And I don't
breathe.
I hate it
normally
when people go outside and don't close the door. That's the scene in
I know.
Halloween 2 where she leaves the back door open. That's how you see
Yeah.
Michael Myers back there. It's like, what are you doing? But it's this sense of relative safety.
Sure, yeah.
I don't know, like I can't imagine a world where people didn't lock their doors, but it existed.
Yeah.
Yep.
What goes through my mind though is we used to live, kind of near the woods, in the woods-esque, when I was growing up. And my mom, when it like started getting dusky or nighttime, she would always yell at us whenever we would open the door, "It's bat time, it's bat time." And there would be bats that would try to fly in. And every once in a while, we had a couple bats come into our house and fly around. And it was terrifying. But what's almost more terrifying is the constant voice of my mom saying, "It's bat time, it's bat time." So anytime I see someone like leave their door open at night,
That's what you're thinking.
especially in the woods, I'm like, it's bat time. Why would you leave your fucking door open? It's bat time.
Oh,
So that's like drilled into my mind. And so, yeah, in this movie, that's like what I'm thinking in that scene. But yeah.
do you think Alfred ever like walked into the lounge and like Bruce Wayne is just sitting by the fire with the curtains drawn, and he's like, "Master Wayne, it's bat time."
It's bat time. You can't leave.
Like, thank you, Alfred, and then he just like turns the clock. That's what
And
he's
then
been waiting for all day.
And then Alfred turns right back around and walks backward to wherever he came. He has to announce it every day.
Every single day. That's perfect.
That's the
Jamison,
Batman
that's
we
going
never...
to stick with me.
Oh, good. I'm glad. Yeah.
It's bat time.
Wait, so, all right, so, like, this was... You said you actually got bats every once in a while?
Yeah, we would get bats in the house. So we would, you'd have to, like, I don't know, open your door up to more bats to get the other bats out. Like, and
It's
just
like a
hope
thing
that...
one, thing two situation.
Yeah, hope that the one you want leaves and none of them come in. So yeah, it was always kind of wild whenever that would happen. But
rats with wings.
Speaking of little interesting things in the movie, I've seen this movie twice now, and I told Blake about this the first time, but I'm convinced that Osgood Perkins is the preacher on the screen.
Yes.
He is. Okay.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, he's the religious preacher. Reminded me of the Talking Heads video.
Oh,
yeah. It had such a weird vibe.
Like this time, but I couldn't tell if it was him or not.
The video had such a...
I went back and looked.
Yeah. Like, what was on screen had such a weird vibe that I was like, oh, this isn't just like... They're not playing, like, something that was actual footage of something. So it was something they made for the movie, and so I was like, oh, well, in that case, it kind of fits that it would be him, so...
Well, and I read a bunch of interviews with Perkins because, this one got all the acclaim, and so everyone and their dog was trying to rush out to get an interview with him.
There's a lot.
And so there was a lot of interviews with him around this time. And
video, too.
And I just love how, like, antagonistic he is towards, like, modern cinema. Like... He's just like, they're like, have you seen this movie? It seems like there's a lot of connections there. He's like, no.
He's like, nope. Nope.
I haven't
It's
seen that
like
movie.
you don't watch serial killer movies to make a serial killer movie. That would be stupid. You're a stupid person. It's like if I wanted to make Silence of the Lamb, like I'd just be in movie jail. Like that's his letterbox interview. He's like, yeah, this movie exists already. I don't need to make Seven. I don't need to make Silence of the Lambs. Those
I don't
movies
need
are
to make
great, but I'm
Psycho
not casting
again.
Brad Pitt. Like that's him throwing down the gauntlet at the door with the suspect. It's like the handsome, chiseled jawed FBI agent who's eager to solve the case gets a bullet to the head in the first 5 minutes of the movie, and his name is like Horatio. That's his name is Agent Horatio. He's the everyman agent in every one of those like crime thrillers, right?
Yeah.
He's that guy who's just like, I got to get to the bottom of this. I have like all this internal angst, and I'm looking at the crime photos on the murder wall. I've got this gruff voice, and it's that. But it's like, no, I don't want you. You're not the hero. Bullet to the head.
And then he's like, no, who I want is someone on the spectrum.
Yeah. There are so many awkward
and she
scenes.
is so good. So good.
I listened to an interview with her recently, like last night in preparation for this. And I was like, do I need to prepare? Will we ever actually get to Longlegs? Should I be ready just in case? So I was listening to an interview with Micah Monroe, and she said that she took a lot from Rooney Mara's portrayal of Elizabeth Salander in The Girl with the Dragon Tattoo. So, and I like that performance is so different from Noomi Rapace's, where there's a vulnerability there that isn't in the original Swedish. She's very standoffish in that movie versus Mara's kind of like a wounded bird. She's just protecting herself, but she also doesn't know how to make connections. And that's Micah Monroe, especially with like the bedroom scene with
it's so
with
good.
Ruby.
Yeah, at that point, like I was like, yeah, this is all fitting together nicely. That scene in particular, really got me. I was like, okay, like I'm in good hands here. Like I already knew I was in good hands, but like this cemented the fact that Perkins knows what he's doing.
We're gonna have to get around to Blair Underwood's performance in this movie.
Yes.
I was gonna say we haven't even touched on any other performances.
Nobody talks about Blair Underwood in this movie.
Yeah.
Like it's like Micah Monroe. There's Nicolas Cage, obviously, because he's the big draw. Yeah. And I think that brought in people who would never see a movie like this to see what Nicolas Cage is going to do. The people raised on the internet and have seen all the memes of like this guy's this is a crazy person, and they let him be in movies. What's he gonna do next? Because like everything on the internet is without context. It's just here's a result, but we won't tell you how we got it.
And so what's so funny is that you people like us who have like a context for like cinema and like a general understanding of the history of cinema, like Blair Underwood is like the person that you're like, oh, this is Nick Cage. Okay, you got my attention. Oh, Micah Monroe. I loved It Follows. Okay, you got me. And then you go back to IMDb and you're like, who else is going to be in this? And you see Blair Underwood, and you're like, man, I haven't seen that motherfucker in a long time. I'm excited to see him.
He's done like a lot of TV. I guess he did like speaking of like procedurals, he did a TV show based on I think it was The Bone Collector.
Oh.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Well, it's a series of books with that character. His name's like Lincoln something that
That's
Denzel Washington plays in the movie.
Yeah.
But they decided to make a TV show of it. I guess it was like, and they put it on network TV. I guess they were trying to ride the wave of Hannibal. Just like,
You gotta ride the wave of Hannibal, man.
just like all those like knockoff procedurals. One of them actually called Copycat tried to ride the wave of Silence of the Lambs.
That's hilarious. Oh,
Copycat.
But Blair Underwood, he's good in this too. He's
but
great.
he's playing to. This is why I think of it as like a play, because he's literally on stage playing to the back row. Everything he does is so big, but then when he at the end of the movie, he just like pulls it all in, and it's so sinister.
Yeah.
When they arrive at the birthday party and he's like so chipper at the door, and then Micah comes into the house and the camera just like lingers on his face and it just like goes flat and he slams the door.
I get so sad at that scene because I really like him throughout the movie. You know,
he knew this was coming the entire time.
I know, but it's still
it's like,
sad.
You have a daughter who's got a birthday coming up?
Yeah.
I'm sure this won't play into anything.
You know what's so sad though?
You're a dad. That's
the first time I watched this movie, I didn't see it coming. It was right there in front of me, and I never saw it.
It was right
That's how
there.
stupid I am.
I think it's because you guys are both dads. You're just like, he's gonna protect his daughter. Everything will be fine.
Although I will say, and I've told this to several people at this point, is that a lesser director would have had this emotional moment between the mother and daughter before she shoots her in the head. And that just does not happen in this movie. And I was like, thank God.
He's not pulling any punches in this movie. It started with a headshot. It ends with a headshot. It's the murder sandwich is what it is. There's dowels in the topping.
But even then, like Perkins is smart enough. He's like he doesn't explain everything. But he doesn't explain.
That's why you got to go back every time. You're just like, what is this?
It's not because he didn't understand what he was doing. It's not because he missed things. He's like, no, the story has to have mystery. Like it has to have something that keeps you coming back. Like there's you don't explain everything. Exposition is the death of art.
He talks about that. He talks about that in the interview, like one of the interviews I listened to last night, where he says that when he's writing out the script, he wrote it out more like if it's got 100 minutes, if the script has like 100 pages, he's gonna write 100-page outline, and then it's gonna be in prose form, and he's gonna go back and turn it into a script. And everything is about subtracting. And then when you get to the edit, he's gonna subtract again. In the IMDb listed in the credits, there's a character who was cast as adult Ruby. So the movie wasn't gonna end there. I guess there was gonna be another scene later on where like Ruby's an adult now. But they're like, this doesn't work, and he takes it out. I don't even think they filmed it, but they cast a person for it.
Wow.
And I think about like that subtraction to make like he talks about like taking out a lot of exposition, because it's like you can do that with a stare. That's what the visual medium of cinema is. You don't need to tell everyone everything. This is an episode of CSI or Criminal Minds where the audience needs to feel like they're smart, so you also just tell them everything.
Yeah.
And that's why CBS is for old people.
Yeah, no.
It's like, I'm a forensic scientist. They also go and arrest people. Have you met a forensic scientist before? They've never been out of the lab.
This is actually really interesting that you brought up that fact, because so this movie is like being presented as a procedural, like people make all these Silence of the Lambs connections, but it sucks as that. Like,
Yeah.
It does.
it's shitty.
It's not
And
that
I
at
was like,
all.
I was thinking about that. I was like, whenever they in the movie, whenever they're like making all of these like puzzle connections, I'm like, none of this stuff makes sense. Like, and you're not giving enough time for the viewer to even figure it out or follow it at all. Like, maybe if I like paused it and I constantly did that, I would like make a sense of this triangle that she's building. But it doesn't work in that sense. But it's not going for that, right? It's
So here's the thing about that. Longlegs is a movie that, if that's what you're interested in, you could solve it in the marketing. There's
Yeah.
a video that I watched recently. What's it? I don't remember what the actual term of this is, but it's about like online. Well, it's online, but it can also be in reality, like a marketing campaign that's also a game. I can't remember the actual term for it. I watched We're All Going to the World's Fair a couple of weeks ago.
Oh yeah.
And they take like this internet challenge. It's kind of like that, but instead of like an internet challenge, you're taking viral marketing and you're taking the clues and assembling them, looking at dates, going to different sites, following, like, decoding things. And there's an entire, I watched a video about that. I'll send it to you guys later. But essentially, the people who like stuff like that solved what the movie was, what the case was before the movie even came out. And that tells me that the plot is irrelevant. Like, if that's what you want, that's all you want, is to play a game with, you know, like, families who have been slaughtered by their patriarchs. If that's what, like, and that's kind of like
but that game sells.
That's kind of like what Oz Perkins is getting to, where it's like, these are real families, real people, real experiences. And that's how we'll get into it probably, because we've talked about this before, about like true crime as entertainment.
Yep.
It's taking those like gruesome photos and turning it into a Pinterest collage. That's essentially what it is. It's just like, what kind of cool murder scenes would fit this aesthetic? And that's great for the art department. He even said, like, that's what I said. Silence of the Lambs. I told that to my DOP. I told that to the production department. Everybody, because that's what we wanted it to look like. But that's just aesthetic. That's not story. Like, story is feeling. It's immersion. It's not really identifying with characters, but empathizing with characters.
It's quite literally going into the theater with your long legs on.
Yeah, and that's why I hate, like, art as entertainment. Like, art as an entertainment, it's a meal. A meal made by a stranger the best they can.
Yep.
Whether that's like music, photography, art, like visual art, whatever. Like, someone's making a thing for you, and you can, like, scarf it down like it's McDonald's, which is what, like a big trailer for whatever the next Marvel movie is, where it's like, the people who make it aren't even on the same page. These things are already locked in, and it's just like, we don't have an actor yet, but all the action scenes are already done in CGI.
God. Yeah.
Because you're just fitting into a space. Your direction isn't necessary. We just need your consent. We need to put your name on this thing to say that, hey, look who was involved in this. You like that person, right?
Well, come
you like
see
these
this.
actors, right? they're what's the score that they have for like popular people online now, where that's
Like
how they cast
star
people in
meter
Hollywood.
or
Yeah,
something
like
like
that's how
that.
they
Yeah.
cast people in Hollywood now. Or just like, oh yeah,
Uh,
you scored really high, and so we're gonna put your name in this, but like you're not gonna do anything. You're gonna stand over there in front of this green screen, and like all this stuff is happening around you, and you just kind of react to it. Like, do you need Benedict Cumberbatch to be Doctor Strange? Anybody can be Doctor Strange. It doesn't matter, but
Yeah. I mean, they've done this. They've done this with voice acting for since the dawn of time, right? For
actual
when they're
voice
selling
actors
it.
are better at voice acting than an actor is.
yes.
Yeah. Yeah.
Kevin Conroy was never in a movie I've seen, but he's the best Batman.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Agreed.
Yeah. But you need those names on the DVD
On the marquee?
case.
Yeah.
Yeah, or the marquee or the poster or whatever. Just to sell it.
It's the cult of personality.
Mm-hmm.
Oh,
That's why we got you on the podcast.
Mhm.
I thought it
drive
was
up
to heckle me at first.
Oh,
to
no.
drive
They're
up
gonna
our
heckle
numbers.
me in person. I was like,
No.
that's a possibility. I was running through all the scenarios, and I was like, they've talked a lot of shit about me on a lot of episodes. Should I just like come out firing?
Oh
Should I
no,
just
it's
like not even look into the room, just like fire wildly?
you got to know at this point. It's all in love.
No, it's
all in love.
I was like, no, I'm gonna go on there in the hopes that we'll actually talk about Longlegs, and we'll see what happens.
Okay,
You know what?
So
We
because
succeeded.
But I'm prepared to talk about shit.
but we have to talk about one last thing before
Okay.
we say goodbye.
Okay.
We have to talk about the orb.
About what?
The orb.
The brain.
The brain.
Oh yeah, we never actually got around to.
Yeah.
Well, all right. So like I saw Phantasm when I was a kid too, and the later sequels gets into how those orbs they house the souls of people. So those sentinels are kind of like flying around programmed to protect whatever, but they're under the control of the master, this master of darkness or whatever. So when I saw the silver orb, I'm like, oh, it's just like it's housing that person's soul, or in this case, their brain. So I wasn't surprised by that. I was more intrigued.
Well, I like the nonchalantness of his bringing that into the movie, because your first introduction to it is the autopsy, and the medical examiner is taking apart the doll, the handmade doll, and he's just like gleeful about this orb. He's like, I don't know what it is, but it's just amazing. And it's so
like, oh, and it's also talking to me about my ex-wife.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So
and
it
just
says so
feeds
much about him in that scene,
Yeah.
and the effect of the orb. Like that's just good storytelling. In
Yeah.
like this one scene, they're like, oh, this thing is evil, and it can induce something in people.
But we've seen like that specific scene over and over again in all the CSIs and all the Criminal Minds. Like,
take a look at this, and they just show you the contents. This was found in the victim's ear, and it's just
this
like
is
a
the
rolled up
moment where
note
you're
or
supposed to
something like
know that you're supposed to know the truth about what's going on in those moments, and he gives you nothing. He's like, here's this orb.
He literally says, "There's nothing in it."
Yeah,
there's nothing in it.
There's nothing in it. It is empty.
Yeah, it's like
Can we open it?
X-rayed it.
Why would you?
Yeah, exactly. It's like, I don't need to. We've already looked inside. We have the technology to just look in this thing. There's nothing in there.
Yeah, I mean, it's beautiful.
Then later, but like, we can't talk about the orb without, like, we never actually talked about the dolls.
Yeah, the dolls.
And you told me, Blake, about the JonBenet Ramsey thing, which I didn't know at all. Like, I guess I just blanked on that. I wasn't really following the case as closely because I think it's kind of weird and morbid. Like, even when I was a kid, I was just like, these people actually died. Why is this entertainment?
Yep.
You watch like Heart. What was it? It was like Inside Edition or
Inside Edition.
It's
Yeah.
like all those shows would come on, and it's just like the music would come in, and they're just like this family. And you're like, oh god, what happened now?
And you've hit peak, basically entertain or true crime as entertainment whenever those things would show up on Entertainment Tonight.
Mm-hmm.
It was like the ultimate slot filler when there was like that station didn't have anything on,
Exactly.
like just like Fox. Whenever there was nothing on, Fox would just put on like car crash videos or extra episodes of Cops. But then they stumbled upon, God, you know what? I'm gonna be known for this on your podcast now. John Walsh. John Walsh's son gets kidnapped and murdered. Yeah. And all of a sudden, we've got a hit TV show in the form.
America's Most Wanted.
Yeah, America's Most Wanted, which combines our love of justice being served,
justice or vengeance,
an outside threat that we can watch out for, and the death of children or families. It's just like true crime entertainment, and like I think that 1-2 combo of an episode of Cops followed by America's Most Wanted and the salaciousness of those family murders, how they were murdered, what contents they had, which to tie back to the orb, like where, like they go on location, which is like the farmhouse in Longlegs. We're just like, that's true crime porn. Where basically like, oh, why do they need to go to this place in the middle of the night? Why do they need to go to this farmhouse in the middle of the night to uncover this stuff? Where's your actual like forensic team? There's none of that here, which is probably the most interesting thing about Longlegs too, which is the lack of media. There's no news outlets anywhere. There seems to be an empty world only filled with antagonists and protagonists.
Exactly.
It's the perfect cop, like crime procedural. You don't have anybody on the street, which is why the hardware store scene sticks out. Because
that's fair.
He stumbles in there and you see, it's almost like Nick Cage was on a stage playing this killer and he stumbles into the real world for a second because he's got to like get some stuff at a hardware store. And this kid is like, "What the fuck is this?" And it's
clear that's not the first time.
It's Perkins' daughter.
That's hilarious.
That's his daughter. So she's minding the counter. She's just like minding her own business in the way that like all teenagers do, whether they have a phone or not. And this guy stumbles up to her and he's just like, Cuckoo, what's your name, little angel?
Yeah. And who does she call for?
Yeah, and she calls for her dad. It's like, Dad, that weird guy's here again. And it's like a meta commentary where it's just like...
That's fascinating, yeah.
He said that his daughter, in the script, he talks about like Nicolas Cage's makeup, and how his daughter had talked about the new episodes of Sex and the City, and Sarah Jessica Parker comes on and she's like, "Oh, she looks busted." And he says he wrote that into the script that Nicolas Cage looks busted. He looks like he's had botched surgeries and then surgeries to correct those surgeries. So putting her in this actual situation is really hilarious because she's just like, she sees him as he is. And she's not a little girl and she's not an adult woman. She's like this woman in transition, and she sees the world as it is, and he shows up in his bathrobe and like house shoes, and he's just like, I guess he's putting his mat down or whatever, and she's just not having it. And she's like completely dismissive of him, and it just hard cuts to him in the car driving away, just full of scorn. Where it's just like,
oh man, that scene.
It's so interesting when you refer to it as like these characters in this play, and you're thinking about them going and interacting with like kind of plebes and normal people or people in the audience, because I was thinking about the scene with the medical examiner, how weird he acts, how kind of like different than everyone else. And similarly, the guy who works at the asylum,
at the home.
Yeah,
we didn't even
he's
talk
just
about
like an idiot.
Yeah, he's an idiot. He's just
like, oh yeah,
they're like,
I guess that's a good idea.
Someone come in here? Yeah, but I wasn't here.
Yeah, and it just seems like every interaction with kind of like normal people, they're kind of like not there, or they're in a different world. Yeah,
that this is the world they're in. So they're in our world where someone shows up and they're just like really intense. Like, what if you were, and what if like someone was doing like a live action Die Hard situation, and then you just like walked into the lobby of Nakatomi Plaza and just like got some money out of the ATM and walked out. Like Hans Gruber and his entire crew are just like trying to get into the bank. It's like that.
And you see that guy walk out, and he sees one of the bad guys, and he's like, "What's up, dude? What's up?"
He looks
and then he
around
walks
for
out
a
the
second,
door.
and it's just like he walks past all the cops that are outside talking on the bullhorn, and it's just like, what the fuck is going on? It's like that. What's the girl's name who's from the Black Coat's daughter?
Kiernan Shipka.
Yeah, Kiernan Shipka. She's amazing in this one scene.
She's incredible, but going back to this idea of the play aspect too, and kind of tying this back into I Am the Pretty Thing. One thing that I kind of noticed about I Am the Pretty Thing, the recent time I watched it, was the main character's voice is very strange and forced, and it almost sounds like a callback to kind of transatlantic sounds, which is very much, play, acting, and bring it back to Longlegs. Kiernan Shipka's accent makes no fucking sense.
I was just going to ask you, is that where you were going?
Yeah, especially with
accent, but it's Pacific Northwest.
Yeah,
they're in the
Oregon.
Pacific Northwest, but she's got this southern drawl like she's in like Kentucky.
Yeah. No, and that was definitely like Perkins was like, yeah, use this voice.
Commit to this accent because this world makes no sense.
Yeah.
There's also like whenever someone is connected or like possessed by Longlegs, they tend to add S's to a lot of things. Like when Blair Underwood is possessed later on, he says the cakes. When she's talking, she
adds S's to the beginning of
what
words.
She says exactly when she's
Revelations.
Kiernan Shipka, but it happens there too.
Yeah. Well, she adds S's to the front of words. Like she'll like say s'more and instead of more, or like if you watch it with subtitles on, it actually shows the S's at the beginning of the words.
Yeah, and I'm just like, what is that? What's your guys' theory on that?
I mean, there is that
because
that
like
scene
it'd be one thing if like Longlegs did it. If it was like the situation like another supernatural crime procedural, which like that hybrid never works.
Yeah.
But Fallen with Denzel Washington, the "Time Is on My Side" song, how every time someone is possessed by the spirit that's just like jumping around from body to body, sings that song just to like screw with Denzel Washington.
I need to watch that movie again. That one is it?
It's
Oh
really
no!
bad.
Oh no!
Like I said, that combination doesn't ever really work because they always lean too far. Like they either use the supernatural stuff to hide the seams of the story, or there's so much story that the supernatural stuff is irrelevant. Like say a True Detective season 1, where it's all there. The King in Yellow, like they're constantly quoting things, but it's not anything supernatural. But everyone loves that show because of that lore that it's building. But it's just a show about a fat guy in the South killing people with impunity because he's got connections with higher ups.
Yep.
Like that's all that season is. But it's dressed in like
Fable.
weird of in the literary sense of those old Lovecraft and
Lovecraft, yeah.
Yep. With Southern Gothic.
Yeah, it's Southern Gothic, exactly.
Yeah.
It's like the atmosphere is what they're selling. That's why the other 2 seasons nobody likes, because it doesn't have any of that.
Yeah.
It's just a crime show then.
Yeah.
You need to put them and that's the thing, like human beings, we need fables. We need that supernatural storytelling. We need the boom. We need the hero going into the depths. That's why I can't believe you guys don't like Aliens.
Oh,
it's that like she literally descends into the basement to rescue the child from the underworld, and it's great. You guys, I can't believe you.
It's
And
not
Wes
good.
Craven pulls that off again later on in New Nightmare.
Well, yeah,
I
that's
like
because
that
that's a great movie.
yeah.
That's
That
a
movie's a
great
lot
That
of
is a
fun,
good
but
movie.
it just spells out everything in a way that I don't like. But
That's
I like
true.
what he does.
That's
I like
the
what Craven
problem with that's the problem with Wes Craven, though, is that I always wanted his films to be better than they were because I have always considered him to be
Because of
one of
his
the most thoughtful directors.
Well, he
Like
was like an English professor before he became a director. He was already like in his 30s, so
Wheaton.
he's already like playing around with story convention.
Yeah,
and
he got
darkness.
he got a degree at Wheaton College.
Yeah,
I mean,
and then he'd always just like make schlock.
Yeah, I think that's what
I don't know.
I think that's what I
would
think I always
come
liked
out
that
to-
though.
And then like
Like
later on, he made Scream, which is like he kind of like reinvented modern horror with the meta commentary. It's like, yeah, we've seen movies.
Which is a blessing and a curse.
Yeah, because now everybody's winking at you.
Yeah, exactly.
And you can't believe, you still got to believe in the world that it's, that's my thing about like any story. It's like, if you're going to like put me into a world, show me its logic, and then don't break it.
Yep.
But don't be like a Marvel movie where it's just like all the stakes are really serious, but they're also not because we're winking at you.
Yeah. Although, or you can go the other route, the Longlegs route, and make a world and don't explain anything.
Yeah. But, you know what? We never even talked about like the David Lynch connection.
Well, we'll have to say that for Longlegs Part 2.
Yeah, that's fine. I know you don't want the episode to be too long.
Yeah, well,
that'll be
it
too
is
long.
what it is.
Yeah, I think we already got to the long part.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we just need the legs.
Yep.
The legs. Yeah.
And we know how to use them. So, anyways, Demetrius, thank you for coming on.
No problem. No problem.
was
I'm glad I didn't have to defend myself and I could just have a conversation.
Hell
But
no.
you guys can talk shit about me anytime.
Oh, we will next.
I know.
Yeah, I think we have
believe
another.
that guy
Yeah.
deigned to bring up aliens on our show.
I only listen to this podcast to find out about Jameson's running anyway. Like, I'm invested. That's like one of the things I'm genuinely invested in. It's just like, oh, I went on a run today. I like got into it with this guy who parked in the driveway, and I went back. And I love that episode. It's so great. And I had this conversation with him. He was having a bad day. It's like, yeah, that's it. Yeah. These are genuine human connections.
Yeah. Oh.
Well,
that was I ran by that guy's house today because it's on my normal running route. Yeah.
you flipped him off.
No.
Actually,
I think he moved out, so I don't know if he's there anymore.
You think he moved out or died?
I'm also invested in like how much Blake hates his job.
Yeah,
or specifically the jobs that he's given.
Exactly. Which is thankfully my company doesn't listen to this. But it's out there
this
if they want to find it.
Brought to you by Aldi's.
Aldi's nuts. Anyways, well, on that note, bye.
Bye.